This masterclass considers the transition from what we can refer to as quality of our life to quality in our life. And perhaps the transition happens if we drive quality to tackle all aspects of our daily needs, expectations, and future dreams and wants. Once this progressive commitment to quality delivers in the right way for the right people, addressing the right functionalities and fulfilling the right needs and expectations, then automatically it will transcend to cover our life in its totality. And perhaps there is nothing more specific to use than the concept of empathy, because empathy is an adherence to human sensitivities, appreciating their needs and expectations, and also being passionate and committed to tackling their problems and finding suitable solutions that not only will fulfill the requirements but also can eventually lead to creating delightfulness and even happiness. So the quality of life is measured by objective outcomes in terms of the eradication of poverty, in terms of providing quality healthcare, quality education, and also in terms of the overall standard of living and being able to lift people so that they can enjoy life and they can cover all their needs and requirements in a comfortable manner from an affordability point of view, but also from the choice perspective. A useful quote from Alex Carroll says, "The quality of life is more important than life itself." So unless we drive quality to address our needs and expectations, present and future, then the quality of life is irrelevant. Roger Dawson, on the other hand, says it's not how long life is, but the quality of our life that is important. It is indeed true that people who endure challenges every day in their lives, people who suffer unnecessarily, people who go without the basic needs and requirements, such as having a roof over their head, such as having electricity, water, and so on. And if these needs are not addressed, then the question remains the same: what is really the quality of life? So let's a little bit give consideration to the quality in our life, which is really the quality that we manage. And I think that for the last 200 years or so, through the rise of the Industrial Revolution, quality has remarkably transformed our lives and has created decent standards of living and eradicated so many problems and led to the creation of products and services that we need in our lives, but also in developing solutions that address needs and expectations. And this goes back perhaps to some landmarks in terms of the contribution of quality as a movement through the launch of the American system of manufacturing and the transfer of mechanization, steam, power, and so on through Eli Whitney, for example. And in the 30s, through the pioneering work of AT&T Bell's company, by looking at the imperfections of quality in terms of fulfilling the needs and expectations of the market, and AT&T obviously were suppliers of telephone systems. And gradually we saw that by tackling imperfections at the core, the quality of the product becomes better, and then the efficiency goes up, because We limit rework and scrap, and the reduction of reliance on inspection as a failed philosophy of addressing quality. So the 30s and the 40s were really the start of scientific quality, starting with a simple observation of defects, their detection before they are shipped to the customer, their discarding from what could be referred to as a good product, and then quality started to focus on the root cause, which is the production processes, the evolution of scientific methods on capability analysis, the control charts, and the elimination of inspection departments which had one single vision, and that is to sort out the good from the bad mentality. Quality scientifically started to use some norms such as AQLs, or accepted quality levels, in order to shrink variation in the quality of the product and the service, and basically to control better the conditions of production, the tightfulness of processes, and of course the quality of what gets shipped to the customer. A big revolution during that era, which is the invention of the control chart, or as it has been referred to as the Shewitt control chart, lending its name to Walter Shewitt, who invented it in the first place in the 20s, and who identified two types of variations, common and special causes. And basically the control chart became a tool that management started to depend on. Control charts signaled the real start of the quality movement and helped shift the mindset from detection and inspection to a more preventative mode. And later on, the Shewitt control chart was transferred to the late Dr. Deming, and was hereafter referred to as the Deming chart, or the Deming cycle of plan, do, check, act, or plan, do, study, act, PDSA. So in a sense, the first really milestone was to shift quality from mass rejection, mass inspection, and the philosophy of detection into a more robust reliance on quality through statistical tools and techniques to control the processes, to control the inputs, and to control the output in terms of what gets shipped to the customer. The movement during that period was pioneered by several quality architects or gurus, Dr. Edward Deming and Dr. Joseph Juran in particular, who transformed Japan and who used similar philosophies but perhaps articulated in different ways. Dr. Deming continued to emphasize on the use of statistics, trying to educate senior management on the virtues of statistics and the understanding of variation. And one of his famous quotes, quote, "We have learned to live in a world of mistakes and defective products as if they were necessary to life. It is time to adopt a new philosophy in America." And that was in the early 1980s. Deming is known for his unique contributions in terms of variation, and he continued to amplify the teachings of his teacher and mentor, Dr. Walter Shewitt. Dr. Joseph Duran, on the other hand, is the father of what has been referred to as the quality trilogy: quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. He has added new dimensions by not just focusing on variation and the use of statistics, but the customer dimensions. And he was passionate about the fact that quality has ultimately got to be judged by customers who may be satisfied or dissatisfied with the product or the service, and the long-term ongoing philosophy of Kaizen, or continuous improvement, through small-scale improvement to projects which get carried out in various parts of the organization. And the trilogy, therefore, is the philosophy of controlling quality through its planning with the customer in mind, and with the deployment of quality by using tools and techniques of statistical nature in order to induce small nudges and small improvement by focusing on project by project, and raising the standards through breakthrough thinking in order to create better standards all the time, and maintaining the gains by sustaining the standards through quality control and using the new standards to plan higher levels of quality. And this, according to Joseph Duran, was to be done through the management of the value chain upstream, by looking at the input side or the supplier side, throughout the conversion, production and operations management side, and downstream at the customer side through sales, delivery, after sale and relationship management. Other gurus who have contributed significantly to this movement include Dr. Kaoru Ishikawa, who was the first Japanese guru who has suggested that there are several tools and techniques to be used to optimize quality, referred to as the 7 basic tools of quality, including histograms, Pareto charts, fishbone diagrams, or the Ishikawa diagram as it is called, scatter diagrams, flow charts and control charts. Other gurus from Japan included Professor Junichi Taguchi, who used quality upstream in ensuring that robustness in design helps downstream in producing the right quality levels. So he believed that the preferable design of the product that is based on robust and insensitive to variation in the manufacturing process must be controlled at different levels so that we can guarantee the production of the desired quality design with robustness in mind. Dr. Shigo Shingo is the godfather of just-in-time manufacturing and the concept of poka-yoke, or mistake-proofing systems, in order to make sure the production system does not start and stop, and is managed by identifying root causes of the problem and preventative philosophies in order to make sure that errors do not occur and become major defects that will hinder productivity and the operational aspects of processes. So in a sense, zero to quality control is the ideal production system in his opinion. Dr. Philip Crosby, known as the father of quality is free or quality through zero defects, had a 14-step philosophy which is used even today. And Tom Peters is the guru who first suggested the word excellence or organizational excellence, and he's also known for his focus on the leadership of quality, having coined the leadership managing by walking about, and he suggested that quality improvement as a process is considered to be the responsibility of top management, and who have to manage a triangle, providing care for customers, engaging people, and building a culture of constant innovation. One godfather of quality is Dr. Armand Feigenbaum, who is the originator of total quality control. He argued that quality needs to be applied in its totality at various stages of the value chain, not just by focusing on the core manufacturing stages, but also the support functions also need to be exposed to the application of quality management. And his philosophy is that it is the quality of leadership and the integration of modern technology to enable organizational excellence that delivers the opportunity for adopting quality in its totality. So the quality revolution or quality in our life has delivered, focusing on quality from the customer point of view was contributed by other gurus. Professor Yoji Akao, the godfather of QFD or quality function deployment, has helped create a methodology for translating the needs of and expectations of customers into functional requirements, which in turn address specific needs, and thereby guaranteeing that the outcome from quality delivers quality of products and services that fits the real purpose. And Professor Noriaki Kano, in the measurement of customer satisfaction, has suggested that quality has to address three different dimensions. One is what he referred to as basic quality or mess quality, which is the quality of execution for optimizing processes and delivering to expectations. The second dimension that he referred to as performance dimension is the quality of differentiation, which distinguishes providers from the point of view of innovation, pledge to the customer, and robustness in their quality. The third dimension that Kano suggests is the quality of excitement or quality of delight, which is the unspoken needs of the customer that can only be addressed through foresightedness and innovation in order to give the customers something that addresses the unspoken needs and thereby create their loyalty and delightfulness. Overall, we can say that quality has given us a lot of mileage, starting from 200 years ago in the 1850s, as alluded to, Eli Whitney and the provision of modern automation tools and the mechanization of factories and the exploitation of steam, particularly steam power, to quality in the 1900s through the contribution of various gurus, including Frederick Taylor, and the launch of large automated assembly lines and floor lines, and the use of manufacturing in a sophisticated way through manufacturing strategies. In the 50s, the first real revolution of the work environment in the manufacturing sector was done through the launch of the Toyota production system, and the big contribution came mainly from Japanese leaders and gurus, Taichi Ono, Shigo Shengo, and Professor Ishikawa, and the use of what can be referred to as world-class manufacturing. This was further enhanced in 2000 through lean manufacturing and the use of Six Sigma philosophy for driving large efficiencies and optimizing through process tightness and enhancing productivity. The year 2000 signaled another large milestone, which is to shift from produce for stock into produce to the customer by shrinking the distribution lines and using the concept of BTO or built to order, and this shrunk the life cycle of product development and delivery, and also created mass customization as a new philosophy, from shifting from mass production using one size fits all to mass customization, which is an interactive dialogue that creates customer segments with specific needs and requirements that may differ. And thanks to Dell, the computer manufacturer, mass customization became the norm and shrunk the size of volume production by creating smart production through mass customization and the intelligent use of understanding customers' needs and respecting their idiosyncrasies, and focusing upstream on product design through manipulation or recombination of resources and enabling elements that can be scaled up to offer mass customization with profitability in mind and with viability in mind. That is really where quality started to be measured from an impact point of view and from a customer satisfaction point of view, and creating a philosophy of guarantees and lifetime guarantees throughout the life cycle of consumption, guarantees through a commitment from the producers to change and to recompensate the customers for inconveniences and so on and so forth. So the confidence of quality in terms of the outcomes and also the quality of the products and services was perhaps another milestone. During the next masterclass, we will look at another dimension of quality which is well beyond what has been covered in this masterclass, and that is beyond the quality of compliance to quality assurance and to the quality of performance, which leads to customer satisfaction and the confidence of providers by providing, making pledges and providing guarantees to a new quality which can be referred to as the quality of indulgence.